This is Scott the Fix-It Guy. Today we have a Maytag washing machine that has a very moldy door boot, and we're going to be replacing the door boot. There's the model number for this machine. And first thing I'll do, I got it unplugged. I'm going to remove the spring clamp from the front. I use a standard head screwdriver to kind of pry that spring clamp off, and then I'm going to remove the front part of the boot, get that spring clamp off, and I'll then use a Phillips head screwdriver to remove the spring clamp that's on the inside. Usually it'll be located to your left, and then once that's off you can just pull the whole boot off. On this machine it had actually fallen off, so it was leaking. Here is the model number for this new door bellows or door boot. And now what I'm doing is I'm putting a little bit of liquid detergent around the door boot. This is the back part of it that will go onto the plastic tub. So the easiest way to get this door boot on is to remove the front panel, but sometimes you can't because the dryer is on top and it's too hard to move the dryer to remove the panels. So you can do it right from the front, right through the door opening. It's a little harder because there's less room, but it is definitely possible. I've done it many times. So I've got the old boot off, got this one lubricated with the liquid detergent, and now I'm going to put it onto the plastic tub. So there's a little tab that tells you which one is up and which part is down. And the down part at 6 o'clock has the drain holes and the upper part doesn't. So now I'm just pushing this rubber door boot up onto the plastic tub, and using two hands I'm going to push in with one hand and then guide the rubber lip over the plastic rim inch by inch. I'm going to go to the left first to about the 9 o'clock position, and then I'll go over to the right and I'll do the same thing over toward the 3 o'clock position. This part's pretty easy. This is just getting the back part of the rubber to go up onto the plastic rim of the tub. When you have the front panel off, it is a lot easier because you have more room to work, but it's totally doable from the front. So once I've got those on, I'll go ahead and do the same idea on the bottom. I'll just go from the 9 o'clock position down to 6 o'clock, and then from the 3 o'clock position down to 6 o'clock. I want to just confirm that the boot is really on that plastic rim, and then I can attach the spring clamp to the back. I'm going to push the boot in toward the spin basket to give me more room to work. And then I'll grab my spring clamp. I'm going to put it inside the machine and then put it over the rim. This is going to hold that boot against that plastic tub. There's a little rim on the rubber boot that this spring clamp will fit into. And the spring clamp has a Phillips head screw that you tighten up. And when I put it into this machine by mistake, I had put the screw over toward the right here. We can see it.
Yeah, looks great.
But it's actually better when you put this in, if you have the little screw over to the left, because at the left there's more room. And now I've got a small ratchet and a Phillips head screwdriver, and I'm tightening up that screw. I positioned the screw so that it was pointing basically upside down. So now I'm pushing the screwdriver up toward the top of the washing machine, and then the ratchet is allowing me to turn it to the right, righty-tighty, to tighten up that clamp. And that clamp has to be pretty tight because that holds the boot onto the plastic tub. And sometimes when the machine really spins and rocks around, you don't want that to come loose. So I got that on tight. Now I've got the front part of the bellows, or the front part of the boot, and I'm going to put that over the front panel. Same thing though, I'm going to use two hands and just go kind of inch by inch and to get it over that rim, and then it also has a spring clamp that we put on to hold it into position. So I'm going all the way around. And then I'm going to lubricate the spring clamp itself, the metal, with that liquid detergent. It's really important to be able to get it to go over the front lip here. If you don't lubricate it, it's pretty hard to do this unless you have two people. Lubrication just kind of breaks the friction, makes it easier to get it on. I'm just making sure it's securely on the rim first. Going inch by inch. There, that's pretty strong. Then I'll go ahead and lubricate that. You could use any kind of oil would work too. You could use vegetable oil, but liquid detergent's great because it's slippery and then it cleans up really good. So I'm going to start at the 12 o'clock position, and I'll have the spring at the bottom, and I'll push in and down, and then the spring will expand, and then I can get the spring to go over the 6 o'clock position. You can use a little standard head screwdriver there at the end to help you too, to get that to go over. There we go. Some models it's pretty easy, some are pretty hard. On the Maytag, pretty easy. Should be able to do it without using a screwdriver. And we're just going to test it, make sure there's no leaks. We'll have it go through the fill, agitation, and then the spin cycle. So this is definitely a doable thing you can do from the front, and I hope this is helpful to you and you'll get your machine running strong again. Thanks so much for watching, and please subscribe when you get a chance.